Hey everyone, really quick video on measures of central tendency, which is mean, median, mode, and range. Various ways to find averages. Here's your scenario today. Mrs. McKeever had the following bowling scores: 104, 96, 82, and 98. First thing I want to do is just work on finding mean, which also means average. To find the mean, you add all the data together and divide by the number of things you added together. So we are going to add 104 plus 96 plus 82 plus 98, and when we add them all together we get 380. So the sum of all of these is equal to 380. Now there were 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of data we added together. So we're going to take that 380 and we're going to divide it by 4 to find the mean or the average. So I'm going to divide 380 by 4, and Mrs. McKeever's average score in bowling was a 95, which makes sense because all of her scores weren't that far away from 95. Her average, again, was a 95. So again, we added all of our scores together. These were 4 different scores that we added together. Once we added them all together and got our total of 380, we divided by 4. Number 2. I'm sorry, not number 2. We are going to work on finding the median. So to find the median, we take all of our data and we put it in numerical order and then find the middle. So we have an 82 first. Numerical order means from smallest to biggest. So our first score was an 82. Our second score was a 96. Our third score was a 98. And our last score was, I believe, a 104. So we put all 4 of those pieces of data in order, and we find the middle. Okay, a lot of you work your way from the left and the right in. What I do is I realize that the middle is somewhere between 96 and 98 because I have 2 pieces of data over here, and I have 2 pieces of data over here. In the past, I've seen kids cross out this piece and this piece, cross out this piece and this piece, and the middle is whatever's right smack between 96 and 98. What is between 96 and 98? It is the number 97. That is the median. If we added, just for fun, another piece of data, if I added a 5th piece of data, so let's say Mrs. McKeever had an 82, a 96, a 98, a 104, and then she bowled one more game and got a 105. Again, I have all of my data in numerical order. I'll cross off from the ends going in. My middle piece of data is what's left over after I cross off each piece on the left and each piece on the right, or each of the pieces on the left and the right. So my median now becomes 98. So 4 pieces of data. If you have an even number of pieces of data, you find the middle of the middle 2. If you have an odd number of pieces of data like in here, it is just that middle number or whatever's left over when you work your way in from the ends. Mode is the piece of data that occurs the most often. So in the data above, the 82, the 96, the 98, the 104, all 4 of them are the mode because all 4 of them occur one time, and the piece of data that occurs the most is all 4 of them. They each occur one time. So the mode would actually be listed as 82, 96, 98, and 104. If Mrs. McKeever got a second 104, then the mode would become 104 because 104 occurred the most, which would be 2 times. Last thing is the range then. We could express the range 2 different ways. Way 1 is to take your lowest total and your highest total, put a dash between them. So 82 to 104 is the range, lowest to highest. The second way is to find the difference of 82 and 104. The difference means subtract. So 104 minus 82 is 22. That's another way of finding the range. The range is 22, or it is the lowest score to the highest score, which is 82 to 104. Good luck.